Hello, hello, hello. Am I actually live today? Yeah, I am actually live today. No repeat of yesterday. Wednesday. Or was that Tuesday? I don't know anymore. How's everyone doing? It's Friday. Live on a Friday. And today, ooh, dog's barking. Oh, wait, so we're good. We're good. Like, do I gotta go get the door? No, think we're good. Although, let me go check. One second. One second. So we got like a local election going on, and like people keep coming to the door and freaking the dog out. Because, you know, if you knock on the door and nobody answers for like a couple seconds, and there's a dog just freaking out, you should leave. Because like the dog's freaking out. Go away. Quit knocking. Hey, how's everyone doing today? Yeah, a little bit of delay. That probably hurt the numbers. Whatever. Cool. After ERRF, I was gonna either go to Welcome to ERRF, but that would have been a before. I should have did that before, because we were gonna Will Smith theme this, because either Welcome to ERRF or After ERRF. But yeah, so triple reverb. Ooh. So let's see, how's everyone doing today? So yeah, so today's stream, Fridays we usually do like a print and chill stream where it's just kind of a hangout stream, max relax. Sometimes we do other stuff, but today is the After ERRF stream. So I tried to avoid talking about ERRF on Wednesday's stream there with the Sovol. I say Sovol. I think that sounds fancier. Definitely echoing. I don't know. Maybe? Are you slapping today? These tunes do be slapping though. We got the lo-fi in the background. So yeah, so chatting about ERRF, obviously I'm doing videos on it. The first one came out yesterday. Tomorrow's video is already edited. I know I'm actually ahead of the ball. So tomorrow's video is already edited. I just got to do the thumbnail. And then Sunday's video will be that. So there'll be 3 parts for booth interviews. Yesterday's, Saturday, and Sunday. There will be a video from Printed Solid. I did a tour of the production line at Printed Solid for filament and how they make the enclosures. So David narrated that. That will be next week, along with a video probably about death racers. So for those that know servos, I won't tell you, I won't spoil the outcome of the Death Racer stuff, but I don't think servos are. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't think servos are supposed to be like all loosey-goosey like this. So I'm not spoiling what happened with the Death Racer. But let's just say under battery power, it makes noise. We do get noise out of it when I hook a battery up to it now. So what will I be doing is, it doesn't, yeah, the boom arm is a little, servos aren't supposed to do that. I will be doing a teardown video on this to see what broke, because, oh yeah, something ain't right. So we're gonna be using this as a teardown video to see how it held up, what gave out, what still works. Because this thing actually worked like a champ until it stopped working. So it's probably stripped the gears. Probably, that's what we'll see. Any of the box upgrades you recommend on 2.4? I run all mine stock. You can always play with clicky probes, different tool heads. Here's the thing, build it stock, and then if you have issues in regards to something, then look into upgrades. That's usually what I recommend, because no 2 builds are the same. So let's see here. Oh, DeWitt, thank you for becoming a member. Worked until it stopped working. Pretty much. The Death Racer stuff was super fun. And I've got a spare RC controller now. So I probably will be looking at some other projects in the future with RC, because honestly, these were super fun. I got footage here. I'll tease you guys. I got some B-roll. I got on the home server. Let me pull it up here. Import, ERRF, raw videos. Where's the Death Racer? Death Racers. No, is it in there? Oh, no, not in that folder. Death Racers. There we go. View large icons. There we go. So there were quite a few Death Racers there. So the funniest thing, so if you've never been to an event like this, and pretty much everyone who built a Death Racer, a good chunk of them are YouTubers and or content creators. So it's funny because I have this fun shot right here of all the Death Racers lined up. Okay. So all the Death Racers lined up. I did, like, you know, I walked down the line with my phone. There's mine. So a lot of them. We had like 20 plus of them, I believe. So shout out to Sam. Got a lot of people out there. But it was funny because, like, I'm walking down and there's two people in front of me walking down and there's a person behind me, because everyone lined them up and then everyone went by with their camera to get their panning shot for their YouTube video. So it was hilarious because we all had to set them up and then everyone took video and then we all moved them somewhere else and then everyone took video. It was quite funny to see everyone doing the YouTuber thing. So I had my GoPro on my shoulder for a lot of this. So I've got a bunch of footage like this. So the problem is, you can see mine's out here. This is me, okay? I almost won this one and then I flipped over. You had no traction on this concrete. So this concrete here, some of them had issues, obviously, but a lot of them had issues. Wow, a lot of them had controller issues. But basically, like, this is too powerful. The first day I had this set at normal. The second day I dropped my rates down to 60, because if I went to turn and I gave it a little too much power, I'd spin out. I would just spin out. Modbot $4.99. Cheers. Happy Friday. ERRF looked awesome. It was. It is a slope. Yeah, it is a slope. This is a loading dock. So everyone was spinning out. Like watch off the line. Watch off the line. Like look at that. See what I mean? Like, even there. So watch me go off the line there. So watch me. I go straight. I'm like, yeah, this is going great. This is going great. I'm gonna turn, and I spun out. Like, so I dropped the rates down to 60% the next day. It helped a lot. The ones, this is a Pro Drive, so it's got the Turnigy motors. The ones that won the drag race were like the standard slow ones, because they were the ones that could go in a straight line and not spin out. But yeah, I don't know if they actually announced the Death Racer stuff inside, because we all just got told to go outside. So I don't know if they actually made an announcement. There were a lot of people there. It was fun. I don't want to spoil it all, obviously. Trying to think of which one was the good one. Oh yeah, this. So we played Capture the Flag. You had to push this box against one of the walls. And let's just say, just watch the dog pile. So it's like, yeah, we got to push it. It's Capture the Flag. And then my head got knocked off right there. So I didn't do anything. And everyone just kind of piled up and blocked it from moving. It was fun. It was honestly fun. Traction is a big issue on this. This has way too much power. So it spins out like crazy. They did not announce. Okay. Streaming again at the same time as Joel. Joel is my time slot. My time slot, Joel. No, I don't care. This is my normal streaming time, so. What's he doing today? What is Joel doing today? Sunlu Terminator. Why would you call it the Terminator? Why would you call it the Terminator? Hey, it's V-Wheel Pet Flinger. Cool. So yeah, so the Death Racer stuff, super fun. If you saw me at ERRF and like, if you saw me just running around, it's because I was busy. That was compared to Murph, because I was doing Death Racer stuff and let's be honest, I wasn't at the Voron booth much. And doing the YouTube thing and just like talking to people, I was all, yeah, I saw you, Tim. I was all over the place, like, because I'd like try and record stuff and then I'd have to go do Death Racer stuff, then I try and go record stuff and then I end up talking to somebody and going somewhere else. It will be an official event next year. Nice. Need a pin to prevent the head coming off. So that's what ended up. So this actually made it through all the events fine. No damage at all. Because I got knocked out early in pretty much every event. So problem with the Death Racer, and I'll bring this up in the video. One, everything is ABS on the robot, which means the tolerances, because ABS shrinks compared to PLA, which everything was modeled with PLA in mind, I guess. My head comes off super easily. Also, I printed the head with the same settings as everything else, which is like 4-wall. I printed at Voron setting. So the head is super heavy. So what happens is anytime I get bumped from the, is it the back? Let's see if I can do it. Or maybe it's the front. Anyways, I get bumped hard enough. If I'm driving and I hit something hard enough, my head just flies off. Like there's not really enough. Like the actual mechanism is literally just a switch and there's a big counterweight on it from the head. So my head got knocked off super easily. So what ended up happening is after all the events were done, I just took the head off, I turned it on, and we just kind of did battle bots until I killed it. Because here's the thing, if you want to do a video on, you know, I brought my 3D printed robot to a combat event and it broke. Let's see how it broke. It has to break. If I came back and be like, yeah, here's my Death Racer, it still works. It's not as exciting. So I had to break it. Need a headrest. Yeah, the problem is too, the racers aren't glued to their seat. So these guys actually come off. So mine was kind of wedged in there pretty good, but on some of the events, the racer would come off, and if he's like flopping around like this, right, you're not going to hit him with the boom arm as easily. And every time you bump something, he's got like a built-in shock absorber. So you're less likely to get your head knocked off if you're not stuck in the seat. So there needs to be like some sort of standard for locking the head so that all the heads like get knocked off with the same force. And also I think the drivers should be glued down so that they're always in the upright position to make it fair. But this wasn't exactly like a full-on rule set event. I don't even think there were rules other than it has to be a Death Racer. So yeah. The time I saw you still, you were eating. Yeah, I was eating. I was hungry. So yeah, that's the Death Racer. What else? The videos, I used my GoPro again. Worked out pretty good. GoPro doing the usual GoPro being a buggy mess like it always is, but it worked better this time. I didn't go all ADD while recording the video, so I think the footage is a lot smoother this time, better camera angles. Although I have a really bad habit I found going through all my footage. When I'm sitting there talking, I just hold the camera straight like this. So a lot of the time when I'm talking to people, if this is the frame, they're like this. They're like, yeah, da, da. And my camera's aimed like right at their like midsection because I held it at like just vertically at chest height. So a lot of the time I have kind of, if you see B footage in any of the upcoming videos, it means like that section, the cropping was horrible and I'm hiding it behind B footage, B-roll. Thoughts on design changes for next year? Honestly, I would like to see an actual fixed jousting arm on these. Because wow, this, oh, I don't know if you can hear that. That servo is crunchy. This servo is dead. This didn't really work too good because you gotta remember, like, the head is that far out. So you pretty much have to come on like side for side. You got to come by this robot like right like that to bump the head. And these don't really, the servos, the actuating force on the servo really isn't enough to bump the heads off. Pretty much everyone knocked their head off either flipping, having their head just fall off because of force changes in direction like mine, or they like ran into somebody's pole, or it was like already straight out. So maybe like an actual jousting pole, a fixed jousting pole. Tank treads need more grip. I gotta figure out how to get more grip out of these treads, because they dance. Like, these are TPU 95, they just dance. I don't know if it go into a softer TPU. A lance, yeah, lance. Need a gimbal. Oh no, actually the footage is very stable this year. The problem is my actual framing was horrible. But yeah, a lance, more grip, maybe TPU 85. Hey, Polymaker. And yeah, other than that, like, these held really good. More torque, less speed, more torque, more precision. Attach sandy paper to the track. That was actually something I was tempted to like run to Home Depot on the first night there and just get some of that grip stuff that you stick on your stairs and stick it on the tracks. But I ended up going to the Prusa after party and drinking, which was more fun. So yeah. Model more texture. I was tempted to, because the thing is though, on a flat surface, don't you want more surface contact? So like, they got this little V groove down the middle. Would you want to get rid of that groove, or would you want like another groove coming across? I don't know. Track joints might, yeah, these held up pretty good. Also, by the end of the second day, I was getting I was slipping tracks. I were getting them to slip off. Confirmed Prusa drinking party. I mean, like, if you went to ERRF, it was fully announced that Prusa was having an after party. It wasn't exactly a secret. Was that a baseball diamond of all things? Was it my rod short? It was a 250 rod. I should have gone 300 for the rod. Prusa after party. Well, ERRF was officially, like, the main sponsor for ERRF was Printed Solid. How about small nubbins on the tread? Maybe. The problem is nubbins would probably wear away. So it's gonna be interesting to take this apart. I'm pretty sure my gears are completely shredded. We'll see when I take it apart. Someone printed theirs in 65. So the problem is, my gears, I printed these also with the high settings, so these are very heavy. These tracks are heavy AF. So that's a lot of mass. So yeah, so I think that's it for Death Racer stuff. If you guys want to know more about it, just ask during the stream, but I'll put this guy away for now. There we go. Sum up David's factory. Pretty cool. I'm working on the video right now. I've got it all sorted out. If we get to, what do we got? If we get to 200 likes, I'll tease some footage of it. I do have some footage here of the actual tour of where they make Jesse filament. Because some other people did videos, but they did like a tour of the whole facility, and it's just like, hey, this is what Printed Solid. My video, we just focused on strictly filament manufacturing and how they machine the enclosures. So it's actually more of a deep dive video. We're looking forward to you trying to find space for the XL. That's a future Taylor problem. I mean, I've got the second cube on the floor, the salad fork on the floor, the V1.0 on the floor. So tomorrow we're going back to the salad fork build Saturday night, and then the second will be Tuesdays. The tinfoil hats, there are quite a few. Pay attention to people's video. There were quite a few people with tinfoil hats. It was like a fun little thing. Bamboo fixing the stream, if we get to it. I'm in no rush to fix it. I don't need it anytime soon. What else? Oh. So, I has a Delta. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this Delta, but I have a Delta. So, auto drop. They make a, it's like a thing you put on your printer and it pushes the parts off the bed. Their booth next to the Voron booth, and they had a few of these, but I guess these are like, they're not using them anymore, or they don't use them in their design anymore. So anyways, he had like 4 of these. Now these are monoprice Deltas. As you can see, it's missing the bed, it's missing the screen, it's missing the bottom, it's missing a full crossbar here. But it has a controller and it's got 4 motors, and it's got the whole effector assembled. So he's like, I don't want to bring these back. Do you guys want them? So that's why we all have, like 4 of us got Deltas. So I need your guys' help, because Like, obviously, you know, this is not a functional printer right now. But we could make it a functional printer. I'm just trying to think of ideas on what to do with it. So I'm sure we can get this functional. Just get a piece of 1515, make a new crossbar. The controller, I still have the controller, but this is the monoprice controller, which I don't have a mount for it, so I'm probably gonna rip that out. What's the extruder? Oh, only the finest Chinesium plastic extruder. It does have a curved feed gear, so that's good at least. So, what I kind of want to do, and I'm just throwing this idea out there. People have done backpack printers. Backpack printers aren't anything new. But I do want to see if I can make this, because it's 12 volt. It's a super simple printer. There ain't much to it. It already has a carry handle. Battery and or solar powered. Because it already got a carry handle. I don't need to put it on a backpack. What's his name? Already does backpacks. Already has a backpack Delta. Don't need to go down that route again. A hat printer. Okay, so currently we are at 3 kilograms. So 3 kilograms, no power supply, no filament, no bed. We got to figure out a bed. That you, like, okay, I can't even put it on my head because, like, so, like, it could be a hat printer. Probably won't be the most comfortable after a while. But it could be done. CF frame, yeah. This is not worthy of a CF frame. A top hat. Mitch, that's who it is, Mitch. Talk to the guy there, I should remember that. I'm, by the way, I'm horrible with names. Like, literally, I had full conversations at ERRF with people I don't know who they were. Because if you do not have a name tag, I will not remember your name. You could tell me your name and I'm one of those guys, like 2 seconds later, I forget it. I am absolutely horrendous at name. And the fact that everyone has like an online name and a channel name and then a real name, I'm horrible with names. So if you want me to remember your name, you need to wear a name tag when we talk. Help with a solar. So my plan is an apron Delta. Ooh, I can get more use out of my apron. I mean, like, if I don't do stuff with the apron, somebody doesn't have content. So come on, got to do something. So the current plan is keep it 12 volt, pair it with, what is it? A 4S battery. So a 4S battery is 14.4 volts. Use a board to drop that to 12 and then also have a hookup for a 100-watt solar panel. That's 12 volt. So that way you could run it off the battery and then solar power as a backup. The thing is, first we have to get this working. And the problem is I might have a power supply for it. Let me check. Where are you, power supply? Oh my God, I got no room. Or actually, where is my 12 volt power supply? I have a 12 volt power supply and I don't know where it is. That's a computer. That's filament. Into the room. Into the room. 12 volt power supply, where are you? AC adapter, 12 volt, 7 amp. Okay. Is that the right barrel? That is the right barrel. Okay. So I've got, the thing is, I don't know what everything is on here. That's the problem. I got the controller board. I've got this plug here, which connects to this, which connects to nothing. Okay. So there's that. And then the fun thing is, I had a Monoprice Select Mini. Okay. So I had a Monoprice Select Mini. This is a Monoprice Select Delta. So I have the same controller board right here. I've got a Victory Tech TFT24 because I would like to have a screen on. It's got to be off the grid, so we're not doing Clipper. So we got that. Is that the same? That's the same. So these are A4988s, but I used to have a screen for it. I got to find the screen. I used to have a screen for it. I got to figure out where I put it. That's the problem. I don't know where I put the screen for it. Because it uses some weird proprietary screen, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where I put it. Are you in here? I can't remember if it's a touchscreen or not. But yeah, I gotta go digging because I should have a screen somewhere for it. I just oh. I got a screen. And it's supposed to be, I don't know where the dial is though, but look, I've got a screen. Where's the screen plug in? The screen plugs in differently on this one. Shoot. Oh wait, no, is it the 4-pin? No, it is the 4-pin. Okay, so the 4-pin, this display goes there. Okay, so let's see if I can power this up. Let's use a piece of plastic to insulate this. Let's see if this controller even works. This goes to an encoder. I don't know where the encoder is. So this is a screen from Monoprice Select Mini. This is this, and this goes in here. Oh. Okay, so it's not a touchscreen. I need an encoder. I have encoders. Engage safety squints. I have encoders. I have encoders. I gotta find an encoder. I gotta find the encoder for this. Do I have the encoder for this? No, these are all 4-pin encoders. Shoot. Oh, I have a whole bunch of servos. Holy shit. Why do I have so many servos? Emacs. Okay, I got servos. That's good to know. Cool. How many pins are on this? It's 5-pin. Okay, so is white ground or is orange ground, guys? Is white ground or is orange ground? Is white ground or is orange ground? Turn this off. I'm assuming the... How do I turn this off? Okay, so the power switch don't work. Is that even a power switch? I don't know if that's a power switch. Okay, unplug. Okay. White would be ground. Okay, white is ground. So this is if we again, if it dies, it dies. It's good content. Make sure you like, subscribe, clip it if we get sparks, because if it blows up, I want to get content out of it. Okay, so totally plug it in like that, because that's how you properly connect an encoder. Ground the frame with a plastic bag and plug it back in. Okay. Oh. Please wait. Okay, so we're getting some. Okay, if I hit. Okay, pushing does nothing, but rotating is okay. It's doing something. So do I have it in backwards? Is that it? Maybe I gotta spin it around. I mean, worst comes to worst, we short it out and we kill the board, which I'm not a huge loss because it's a controller board. Okay, I can't go the other way. Move. And clicking does nothing. Okay, I can go one way. I can go one way. And I gotta restart it by plugging it in. Okay. So, turn right, and it goes to preheat. Turn left, it goes to move. Okay. So obviously it's and clicking down does nothing. It's sorting. It did not use a knob. Then what did it use? Because I have, trying to remember what it used. I'm pretty sure it had a knob because I printed a knob for it. I remember printing a knob for it. And I don't know. I got a lot of stuff in the drawer. I gotta go through here. I got, oh, that's a Pico. Okay, that don't fit. Yeah, I got there's just stuff in there. Okay. I wish I knew where the knob went. It had a knob. I could have sworn it had a knob. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go digging. But either way, I'm, you know, maybe a joystick. That's not the right encoder, it seems. Yeah, there's probably different kinds of encoders. But either way, I'm not going to use this. It's an 8-bit board. Actually, no. If I remember correctly, these are like 32-bit boards. But the basic plan is, I would like to get like a rep wrap or a rep wrap firmware board. Get a rep wrap firmware board, one of the small ones, like a Fly, which I think I have. I think I got a Fly somewhere. Because like I do have like this board, okay? So I've got this, but it's RP2040. So you have to pair it with a Raspberry Pi. And I'm trying not to use a Raspberry Pi with this, because this board would be good. Because it's the Physec something. Basically, I'm trying to use as little power as possible. What do I got back here? What do I got back here? That's that. Yeah. So I've got this. That's another rep wrap board. That's the Fly. I thought it was smaller. And then I got a ramps. Yeah. Yeah, so I would want something small and compact. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Keegan, $5. Cheers. Bigger knob. The Delta used a touchscreen. Ah, maybe. Yeah, maybe the Delta used a different one. So probably because the controller boards are slightly different. This is the one from the Monoprice Select Mini. This is the one from there. The hookups are different. So yeah, it's a different generation of near the same board. They are powered by a STM32. Yeah, STM32s. So they're 32-bit, but they're running not Marlin, if I'm not mistaken. Gary gifted a community membership. Cheers. So yeah, so the plan would basically be, I kind of want to try this board. You know what? Let's try this board. Oh no, that's different because this used a different connector and whatnot. Yeah. Because this used not a barrel jack. Anyways. Well, it had a barrel jack just somewhere else. My FormBot kit came in today. Awesome! A photo shows a display on the left with 3 buttons. Okay, so yeah, it used a touch screen then. So basically, because I don't think I have a way to like, yeah. So the plan would basically be throw a compact rep wrap board in here, get it functional again. I would have to figure out a new bed. I'm thinking just like acrylic with painter's tape on it, or a little bit of 3D glue or something. Because no heated bed, basic screen, just so you can actually like run stuff off an SD card and like call it a day, and just make it a super simple printer, and just get it up and running again. Maybe swap out the extruder. I do have the drop effect guy. I do have the drop effect fancy one. Maybe just kind of plop that up top there, because it does look really cool. And you could just drill 2 holes and just mount it right there and have the PTFE come right down. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. That looks really cool. We'll figure it out. I'll figure something out with this. So this basically was just an idea for projects now. There were 2 versions of the MP Delta. One had 3 buttons and one had touchscreen based on the hot end design. I believe this is the V1, so 3 buttons. Yeah, this is the old one. Like this is, you know, hey, let's have our part fan also be our hot end fan. So if you want, you know, no part cooling, you have no hot end cooling. Yeah. We could put a, actually no, I can't put a Revo in it because the Revos are, well, all my Revos are 24 volts. So I gotta get a 12 volt Revo if I wanted to do that. Could attach TFT. Well, I have, that's, so the plan was, because there are, is it the Maestro? I think some Duet boards, you can use the 12864 screen, which I think, do they use less power than like these kind of screens? I got a Big Tree Tech TFT V1. I know, basically I wanted simple. Simple and basic. Going to make that thing. Yeah, the plan is to try and get it working. Speaking of working, the Sovol. I know we played with this on stream yesterday, but this was printing all night, and it finished like an hour ago. So as much as the magnet doesn't really hold this much, this bed actually holds it pretty well. We do have a little bit of stringing, but this is a silk filament, which strings, it just does. So what you do, if you have a little bit of stringing, you get a heat gun on a low setting. Screen from your Ender. No, I have an Ender 3 V2, so it's not the basic screen. And you just kind of, now it is PLA, so you don't hit it too much, because you'll literally melt your part really quick. There we go. I'm trying not to. There's a little bit that's a little sucked, and I haven't even cleaned this bed. Like this is straight off from the oh. Joints are all good. Nice, that's a nice flexi crystal dragon. There we go. That ain't bad. Focus on the dragon. Focus on the dragon. Come on. PF Dennis, get to 5 community memberships. Cheers. Yeah, I'm this ain't bad. Nice and pointy. Came out pretty clean. So yeah, I'm I don't really like doing printer reviews on commercial machines because I don't think I'm good at them, but I might actually do a review on this printer because I am seriously impressed with it for its cost and what it does. Now somebody asked me to check, I think, talking the firmware, V1.8.2, so I think there's a V1.8.3 out there for firmware. I'm not running that, so let me prepare. Let's change the filament. Now let's get something printing, because this is print and chill, so we got to print something. Let that heat up. Oh, I missed some. So I got PF Dennis, thank you. Build a Delta on an RC robot frame. Maybe. How long before the junior gets a hold of it? I don't know. I've only got one. Anton, 20 euro for a 12 volt reader cartridge. Thank you, appreciate it. 12 volt Revo might be better because Revos are really energy efficient. Like they got that PTC heater or whatever it's called. Crystal Dragon is a good boy. Yes. The chat goes off. Do I not have? Oh, I forgot chat. Okay. Main overlay, engage. There we go. Cool. So yeah, I've done several prints with this so far. I've got the Flexi Dragon. which focus, like that came out good. This was the dragon. I did it after the stream ended. I started this guy up, and then I did the E3D golf cart buggy thing. And yeah, and the fun thing with the E3D test, if you don't know, what you do, oh hey, another Revo, oh hey, some Acidians, is you could take your Revo nozzles and it actually screws into the back, and there's your exhaust for it. Who sent me a bottle opener? Oh, I picked that up. Yeah, see? Yeah, there's a Revo. Firmware update necessary? I don't know. Hey, David! Need to refresh the overlay screen. It seems to be updated. Max, you just became a member? Refresh cache of current page. David Ron. Okay, yeah, it's not updating latest donation. Yeah, why isn't that updating? 1 second here. I gotta pull up Stream Elements. Why are you not updating? Log in, YouTube. Log in with that, log in with that. Streaming tools, overlays, my overlays, main overlay, edit. So why aren't you newest member? Settings. A second here, emulate, one new member. Okay, it's updating there. So tip event, $10. Super chat. Seems to be working. Seems to be working. I don't know why it's not doing that. Oh well. Yeah, whatever. Hi David, how you doing? Group of subordinates now that Voron is under Prusa. Oh yeah, like it's elephants all the way down. It's elephants all the way down. Like big like the aluminum industry is just profiting so much off all this. I don't even know where. Nope. Okay, so what do you guys want me to print on this next? What do you guys want me to print on this next? Am I gonna fix the bamboo by bringing in a panda? Turtles? No, it's elephants. Elephants are on the turtles. What should we print? What's the current flavor of the month print that everyone's printing? The ghost. I'm not a Patreon of that model. You need to be a Patreon to get that model. I like turtles. I like turtles too. Or actually, no. Can you get the ghost? Can I do that ghost that everyone's doing? Probably everyone's doing that ghost. Taco Bell paper bag. What? Here, let's do a detail. Let's do a zombie hand. You want to do a zombie hand? Let's do a zombie hand. What do I have for a zombie hand for filament? Do I have marble? Like, we can always use marble. Marble's a cheap filament though. Like, if you want a print to look good, you just print it in marble. What is this? PLA Mystic Brown. Let's do Mystic Brown. Bright green? Do I have bright green PLA? I don't have bright green PLA. Yeah, we'll do Mystic Brown. I haven't used this in a while. I use this on the head of Mames and I really like it. Because it comes out like purpley. So I will say, this has been the only critiques I have on this printer so far is loading filament, getting it in like the actual feed bath is kind of annoying for some reason when it shouldn't be. And the bed not being the greatest in terms of the magnet strength. So fun fact, the profile I'm using for everything so far is literally just a Prusa Mark III profile that I changed the bed size on. That's it. Plus I need to print something tall on here, so. That's a 260 megabyte STL, really? Holy shit. Damn, boy, he thick. Oop, wrong button, there we go. Okay, there's the hand. Oh, and it needs support. No, we're not doing that. I'm not printing with support. Screw support. I didn't want to test support yet. Why would you do that? Okay. Explore models. So we have the candy bowl. Let's do the candy bowl skull. Do you need support for that? Download this candy bowl skull. So we got the candy bowl skull. So I've gone through on this computer. I actually went and like deleted everything I downloaded because I only have like 120 gig hard drive on here, and I didn't feel like going through and cleaning out the downloads folder, so I just deleted everything, and I'll worry about it later. I don't have any glow in the dark, and this thing doesn't have a hardened nozzle, so I'm not going to run any glow in the dark through it. Moon City. Everyone does Moon City. I'm trying to think of something that not everyone has done a million billion times. Yeah, so we'll do the candy skull. Yeah, there we go. And we'll print it at quality, 0.2 quality. We'll do quality. Slice now. Baby Yoda or Groot. I haven't done a Groot in a while. I have not done a Groot in a while, but actually Groot would probably be really good in this filament. You know what? Let's do it for old time's sake, because everyone does a baby Groot. Let's do a baby Groot. Let me just save this in case I want to do it later. Okay. It's been a while since I've done a baby Groot. Where are you at? Oh. Download. Where are you at? I downloaded you. Oh, G-code. Ew. I don't like the sharing G-code thing. Baby Groot. There we go. Okay. There we go. Baby Groot. Is he supposed to have support? Is this the one everyone prints? No, it's the other one. It's the, that's not the Groot everyone prints. This one. This is the Groot everyone prints. Most popular. This one. This is the one everyone prints. Search Demon Hands on Thingiverse. We'll do the waving Groot. There we go. See how it handles that overhang there? There we go. Slice now. more than 1 million triangles. That's a lot of triangles. It's so many triangles I can't go to main view. There we go. I think I'm dropping some frames here. Did I fill up the evening sippy cup? Yep, it's for tomorrow's stream. And for the person, I can't remember if you told me your name, who sent or gave me the bottle of whiskey at Murph or ERRF. It's delicious. Okay, waving group. Yeah, like literally like Saturday morning as I'm walking in, somebody waves me down like, hey, I got a gift for you. And then hands me a bottle of whiskey. So, I'm not gonna complain. So if you're wondering what to give me at these events, there you go. Leaving group, print, go. Did I claim at the border? That was actually the only bottle I brought back. So I just said I had a bottle of whiskey and I got through. I think you're allowed one. Clearly it was Joseph Prusa. Are you kidding me? His party wasn't even an open bar. You had to buy. That only gets him like 2 shillings. Like, he had the party, yeah, but it wasn't an open bar. So you don't get the full shill experience with that. You gotta pay if you want to get the full shill experience. Stranahan's, that's what it's called. I couldn't remember the name because it's not something we have up here in Canada, but it's Stranahan's. It was good. The shoe fly pie. It was okay. The shoe fly pie was okay. A little rich for my tastes. Heavy, actually a little heavy for my taste. And I will say it, I kept thinking it would taste like a coffee cake. So it was kind of messing with my brain. It's like you ever go to take a drink of something and you think you're drinking something else. Like you go to take a drink of like a Coke and it's like a Sprite and your brain just goes, ah, this is not what you expected it to taste like. I had that while eating it. So yeah, that was that. Conspiracy confirmed. I mean, somebody needs content for their channel. We won't be doing that here. This is a 3D printing and tech channel. So what else from ERRF is there to say? I've got a bag of goodies. So I've got, somebody gave me spools of PTFE wire. So thank you, because I need to go through and clean out my my box of assorted wire lengths. So they actually like hooked me up with this stuff, which that was very cool, and thank you. Revo and LGX came today. Mount not scaled for ABS. I don't know which mounts you're talking about. If it's a community mod, I have no input on that. More sample filament. I've got some filament PM, which here's the problem. I finished like end of the day, Sunday, we're all at the after party. Well, not after party. We all just went to a local restaurant to eat because we were all exhausted. And we're talking about all the vendors, and I'm realizing like there was probably like 10 or 15 more vendors I probably should have gone to. I didn't talk to anyone who did filament. I may have like just chatted. I didn't talk to any of the filament manufacturers there. So filament PM, I got a bunch of your samples here to try out. Kevin was there, Duet was there, and Scott from Marlin were there. I talked to Kevin just in a hallway, and I talked to the I can't remember the Duet guy that was there at like the pub after, but I didn't do videos on any of them, which would have been a great idea to do because all 3 were there. Ooh, I got a spool of Polymaker ABS. Cool. That will go to use on something. So I should have did that. And like you sit there and you went, oh man, I should have done all this. Filament PM. There we go. I got your PETG in orange, translucent orange, which I'm going to print on here because I need to test PETG on here. And then I got this nice bag from Protopasta. You talked to David? I talked to David. I did a video with David. If we get to 200 likes, I'll tease some of that video. What's different on the V02? Skirts, tool head, top hat, which is optional, which is actually the original top hat but before we went to the printed one, and a few other minor tweaks. Hello, filament maker. You make filament, David? So yeah, so we got there. I drove there Friday. Drive was very nice. Driving through Pennsylvania, very nice, because you go through like the Appalachians and whatnot. So I drove through the Appalachians. That was very nice. 10-hour drive. It ended up getting quite long. The drive was quite long. Got there, helped set up, talked to people. Green Turtle. Green Turtle sucks, but it's like you go there for a reason because it's like the closest place to all the hotels that has alcohol. But Green Turtle sucks. Not a great bar, pub, sports bar, whatever the heck it is. Saturday was just a blur. Saturday was crazy busy, running around. I got a bunch of videos filmed. Rory, E3D, when somebody hands you a mic, hold it about here, not down here, especially when you're like 8 feet tall. Fixing up the audio in that clip was fun. What else? The Death Racer stuff, most of it was on Saturday, but there was some on Sunday. The Prusa after party was kind of cool. It was at a baseball diamond. It was like all the exhibitors and vendors were there. Sunday, I was exhausted. I way too late Saturday night, way too early Sunday morning. Sunday was cool though. Wrapped everything up, did the rest, killed my Death Racer. Afterwards, like I tweeted out a picture of the Voron team. We went to like a little restaurant nearby. I went back to my hotel room. I was in bed at like 8:30 on Sunday. I didn't wake up till like 9. I slept like 12 hours. I crashed hard. Yeah, but well, the problem was the mic was low, so it was picking up everything. Like normally you have the mic here and that way it just focuses on your voice. But when you have it down here, you have to boost it to get that voice and then you pick up everything else. Green Turtle's gotten worse over the years, used to be decent. That makes sense. Yeah, no, the Prusa party was real. Like the after party on Saturday was the Prusa sponsored it. Matt Jamie gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. Saturday was really cool. Drove over to, so here's where I goofed up. So I had the hotel for like 4 nights, 5 days, 4 nights, because I left Friday and I didn't drive home till Tuesday. I goofed up. I should not have booked my hotel room for that Monday night, because what ended up happening was I drove to Printed Solid, which is like 45 minutes from where my hotel was for ERRF. Did the tour of Printed Solid, did the video. We ended up going there were still a few on the Voron team that were around. We went for lunch, chatted with Ray from Lightburn. That was cool. I kind of want a laser now. And by that time it was like 3 o'clock. And then Steve's like, I'm gonna go explore Philadelphia. And I'm like, shit, I gotta go back to my hotel because I'm not gonna drive like an hour and a half to Philadelphia and then drive 2 hours back to my hotel and then drive 10 hours the next day. So I'm like, shit. So I ended up just going back to my hotel and just hanging out in the hotel room. I went out to like, I can't remember where I went for lunch or dinner, but yeah, like the whole afternoon was wasted. I didn't do anything. So in the future, I should have, looking back, just not booked a hotel for Monday morning and just wherever I ended up book a hotel, because it's Monday. It's not gonna be hard to get a hotel room on Monday. 35 minutes if you speed. Yeah, and you want to pay all I am not looking forward to getting all the letters in the mail from all the toll routes. America, you got way too many toll routes in that area. And then the drive back, Naughty Dogs. Yeah, it was Naughty Dogs. That's where we went for lunch or dinner after ERRF on Sunday. Went down to Baltimore Harbor. By that point, I was just exhausted. And then I'm like, I got a 10-hour drive the next day, which I goofed because on the way back from Printed Solid, I punched into my GPS in the car, hey, avoid toll routes, because I took the scenic route back because I wasn't really in a rush to take the toll route. So what happened was that Tuesday I woke up and I just, go into Google Maps. I'm just like home. and I just start driving, and all of a sudden I'm driving through downtown Harrisburg or whatever, and I'm like, I did not take this route here. And then I look, it's like, oh no, I'm skipping the whole Pennsylvania Turnpike, and it added like an extra hour to my drive. And I'm like, ugh, turn toll routes back on. But yeah. Yeah, the toll routes were like the drive through Pennsylvania on the Turnpike versus going back using the non-toll route. The views were better, the roads were better, and there was the traffic was better. So but is what it is. So yeah, so this will be cool. This is Filament PM. Sanity, I know you guys, you like repping these folks, and I should have talked to them, but I didn't. But I've got a spool of their translucent orange, which I'll print on here after. What else? What else was there? Trying to think. Anything else you guys want to know? Toll fees help. Yeah, well, the problem is like the non-toll road, you go through all the little towns with stoplights, and like you get like stuck on a single lane road behind a cement truck going like 60 when the speed limit's 70 and you want to go 80. Yeah. Had to ask the guy behind me for $4 because I didn't have cash and the booth didn't accept cards. Yeah, that's weird. Also, Americans, I hate, okay, color code your damn money, okay? I come back and I empty my pocket. I got this big wad of green. I'm like, wow, I have more American money than I thought. I thought I spent more, right? I used my card, but I brought American money just in case, right? And then I'm looking through it, and it's like, no, that's like $13. It's just all ones. And you're like, oh. See, Canadian money, you look at it, it's all color coded. You're like, oh, okay, I got roughly this much just looking at it. Oh, it's all fives. American money, you gotta actually, okay, that's a one, that's a one, that's a one. Ooh, that's a five. Yeah, Customs Border was easy. They're more like, what the heck are you doing? I'm like, I'm coming back from a rep rap fest. What the frick is a rep rap fest? And I'm like, this is a rep rap fest. And they're like, what do you got? I'm like, samples and a bottle of whiskey. And they're like, okay, come in. Still use cash? We still, but I don't know. I have my Android Pay set up on my phone, so I just go boop. Or Google Wallet or whatever it's called. So I just go boop with my phone for pretty much everything. Except when it's a business trip, because this was a business trip. Oop. Somebody became a member, but it's not popping up here. Rolfram, thank you for becoming a member, but it's not popping up. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you're not in the stream and you just became a member, or it's bugging out. Overlay is bugging out. Refresh cache. There we go. What is this cache you speak of? Stop by. I wasn't going to the Rippers. Can't make a YouTube video out of that. It's not allowed. The Recreator. Yep. I got a video of that. So, are we at 200 likes? We're not at 200 likes, so I'm not going to tease the video from Pretty Solid yet. But this is what we got. So, all these people right here, Baby Belt to Railcore, or Recreator. These are all videos that I have clips of that were good. There were a few interviews I did that unfortunately they didn't turn out good enough that I would say to put on the YouTubes. But these are the ones that exist. So I've already done what? I did Drop Effect, Obsidian, LDO, and Open5X. Saturday's video is the Railcore, Cocoa Press, and Baby Belt. And then Sunday's video is going to be Recreator and I think Dyes are the last two. So, K-Hooped, thank you for the 5 gifted community memberships. How's the Sovol? Doing very good. I'm really impressed with it. Did you get a Baby Belt? I did not get a kit. I didn't know he was selling them there. I spoke to him. I recorded 2 clips. We ended up not using the first one. We used the second one. So I got to figure out how to get one, because I went on the website like last night and I guess they don't ship to Canada. So I got to figure out how to get a kit, or just self-source it all. But yeah, so for those who remember, I talked about the Baby Belt a bunch like around Murph, and I saw it at Murph, but then I spoke to some people who had built one, and it's like, it needs more time in the oven. So I've been waiting for it to mature a bit, and I guess like the newest revision looks pretty dang solid. So maybe now I'll build one. Because here's the thing, I don't want to promote something that isn't like at a level yet, where I don't want to like promote something like, hey, it's not like done and it needs a bunch of tweaks. Like I'd rather, hey, this is a good finished product or near finished product. Have fun building it. So I'd rather show off something that's in a better state if possible. So that's why I kind of stopped talking about it, was that. John, $9.99, cheers. So, but the problem is like, you get that dichotomy, right? Either you promote something that needs work and at a not a great state, but that gets eyes on it, which potentially leads to more work on it, or you wait for it to get to a better state so that when you show it off, it's in a better light. Like that's kind of, you know, you have to weigh the pros and cons there. So, will the Sovol print TPU? I'm assuming it's a direct feed tool head. So it, on paper, should have no problem printing TPU. Dice has an interesting runout sensor. They won't ever get working with Clipper. You probably could get it working with Clipper. The problem is you can't have it at the tool head. You need it a little bit further back because Clipper and the buffered commands. Did I say John? Thank you for the $9.99. Cool. I wish I did an interview with you. I know. The problem is, here's the problem, Polymaker. You were upstairs and I didn't realize you were up there for quite a while. But to be fair, I didn't do, so the interviews that I focused on were either things that like tech stuff, like machines and hardware, because that's kind of what my channel is. So I didn't do any interviews with filament people. I didn't do any interviews with any of the firmware folks that were there, which looking back, I probably should have. There were a ton of people that just had prints. Photosmint with it there. I didn't even, on the live stream. Have you talked to Photosmint? I'm like, I don't know what Photosmint looks like. So I might have, I don't know. I walked by his booth, but I didn't look down and see that it was actually Photosmint. I was just like, oh, that's a lot of cool prints there. But I didn't do any videos on like people that were just showing off stuff they had done. There were some people, there was a bunch of really cool props. But the thing is, I don't know how to make videos on that stuff yet. I'm still working on it. So I focused on the videos on things that I could easily relate to. Yeah. I'm building a baby belt after seeing it at ERRF. Hope to do it this weekend. Nice. Let me know how it goes. Lost in Tech has a profile for TPU. So literally, I'm just using Prusa profiles on this, and it seems to be working fine. So I'm just going to use Prusa profiles for everything. When we do it, CAN bus, hopefully tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to finish wiring up the salad fork and then move into CAN bus, hopefully. I got like one mustache here that keeps rubbing my nose and it's itchy. Gotta fix it. We were excluded from the fun people. Anything super interesting? The Cocoa Press, that's Saturday's video. That is, they have, Ellie was showing off the newest version, which is completely ballin', and I can't wait to get one. We're at 200 likes, so I'll show you. Here, I'll do some teasing. Not that video. Voron, printed solid. There we go. So you're not gonna get audio. I don't like how, I really don't like this naming scheme that GoPro uses, because it splits everything into 5-minute clips, but then it's like, you would think like the clips would be sequential, but it's not, because it's like this right here, GH02 is part 2 of GH01. So when you arrange it by name, it's in a different order. So here's printed solid. So this is their filament line. This is where Jesse filament is made. And there's David. So everyone say hi, David. Everyone say hi, David. So yeah, so we did that video of the filament getting made, and how it's all made and whatnot. If you see my other video of the local manufacturer, it'll be kind of familiar, but it's slightly different process. And then also the CNC machines for their enclosure, how they make the enclosures. But yeah, so we focus more on the filament and enclosures, how they make that stuff, instead of just a tour of the facility, because Joel did a video on that, 3D Musketeer did a video, a bunch of people did it, so you'll see those. Print, chill, and eat. If you got food, you can eat. I don't have any food. I'm actually kind of hungry. So, ERRF was not kind to my, the diet I've been trying to stick to. So I've got to make up for that, unfortunately. So I've been hungry this week. I like my printed solid enclosures. I actually don't have any printed solid enclosures. When we update V00, my V00 to a V02, I'll probably put my printed solid enclosure on it because he sent me some ACM panels that I never used. So I got to use those. Although I might have to update them because I think they're V00 panels. We'll figure it out. Ordered a Voron 2.4 from Matter Hackers LDO kit. Nice. And then what else is there? What else is there? Is there anything else you guys want to know? I brought my helmet to show that off. I was going to bring the blaster, but they have a strict, like, no pew pew rules at all. So I didn't bring that. Trying to think. It's all twisted. Yeah, but here's the thing, Jan. If I fix it, then I don't get the engagement in YouTube comments from people telling me to fix it. So. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Here's the thing. Ah, shoot. I don't know. We have a photo bucket account that, or not a photo bucket. Like all of the Voron team, we dumped all our pictures in a Google file. I don't know if I can go through that because I don't know what's in there. If it's all publicly information. There we go. Here's some. So this was at Printed Solid. There's me, Curios, and Steve. So we got that. Got, you know, the good old conspiracy group going on here. David needs to get involved in it. He's kind of feeling left out that he's not part of the conspiracy. So there's there. It was fun. I do approve of Printed Solid's choice of forklifts. I am a fan of Yale brand forklifts. They do drive quite nice. So I do approve of David's acquisition of a forklift. Oh, this was cool. So if you can find Joel, you get a bonus point. There's me, Steve, and Joel at the Prusa after party at the baseball diamond. So yes, it was at a baseball diamond. This is my Google Drive, so I don't want. I got family photos on here. Tom, he is professional. He got in, filmed his stuff, and got out, and didn't get COVID. So good for him. And then this is pretty much everyone from Voron or the community who was there on Sunday. And then we went to eat, and then everyone like promptly fell asleep right after this because it was exhausting. So that was fun. Photo bucket. It's not photo. It's a Google Photos album. But yeah, so it was fun. It was fun. Definitely learned stuff. So from Murph, I drove in, drove out. So having the extra day to like do stuff, and that way on the Sunday you can like hang out after. That was nice. So Murph next year I'll probably do that. The camera footage. So my big problem with camera footage at ERRF or Murph, I was very ADD with my camera. I was like doing lots of cool shots and whatnot. Problem is, I couldn't show off much because the camera was moving around like crazy. A lot of people didn't like that. So for this one, I made it a point to be a lot more stable with my camera. So the camera, the first video, the first recap video is probably the worst in terms of video and audio quality because Rory doesn't know how to hold a microphone. So the rest of them should be better. I've actually done some color grading. I'm learning how to do color grading. I'm just adjusting the light level, but I'm getting there. Do you prefer Murph or ERRF? So they're very different and they're both good in their own way. ERRF is definitely a lot more planned. ERRF is definitely a lot more planned. It's a lot more, I guess you could say, businessy. There's more rules, but they're not like party pooper rules, but there are more rules. MRF is just kind of, we have a room, have fun. So yeah, they're both good for their own way. MRF is a party, ERRF is business, but there's always parties after the show. Yeah. In terms of venue, the ERRF venue is inside of like, it's basically a basketball arena at a community college. So it's all air conditioned and everything. It's also like this time of the year, so it's not exactly hot out. Whereas MRF is in a barn in Goshen, Indiana. So yeah, we need a WRF. So I spoke to some of the ERRF folk. I spoke to one of the guys who runs ERRF about, and he brought up like, oh, hey, you know, because somebody else was thinking of trying to start up a rep rap fest, and they're like, oh, he's telling us about the experience there. And he's like, yeah, you got to sit in one of our business calls where we actually like, and it's, yeah, it's actually quite a bit of work and costs quite a bit of money to set one of these things up. So in terms of like me just going and setting up, you know, the Southern Ontario Rep Rap Fest, yeah, no, that ain't happening anytime soon. Should have gone with my idea to follow you around with a boom mic and a camcorder. A swarf, Southwestern Ontario. A swarf would be cool. Also, apparently you need permission to use Rep Rap Fest. I think MRF has the rights to the name. I don't know, but I'm also in Canada, so I don't know if that worries. That's the thing. You don't really need a GoPro. So, okay, so Michael, the reason I use the GoPro, okay, is quite simple. I suffer from essential tremors. My hands shake. Anytime I hold anything, my hands shake. They just do. So I can't use my, like, I got an A6400. It's a great camera. I use it on my tripod for events, like when I record in this room. The problem is I can't hold that and record video, because if I were to hold this and record video, even if I try and do like the whole like locked off stance, I shake. Like this is shaking, okay? So the reason I use the GoPro is because it has really good built-in image stabilization. And I don't want to bring a tripod around. There were a few people there recording with tripods. If you watched my walkthrough video, because I'm recording everything while the event's going on, it's packed. It is packed there. So me being able to just walk up and just go, here's a mic, audio on, recording on, hey, how's it going, what you got, whatever, cool, look at all this, good image stabilization. Picture quality could be better, but it's good enough. And it's a simple lightweight setup. I've got like all the battery I need here with the Volta. It works really good for what the kind of content I'm doing, which is very run and gun like content. I don't like having to rely on a cameraman, because I was recording stuff all day. Like I would record a clip and then a half hour later I'd go record another clip somewhere else. Like it was just, you know, lightweight, easy to do. Get a DJI Osmo or similar. They have active with gimbaling. So the thing with that is I already have this, and those are $600 Canadian. Joel was running around with an Osmo. A few people were actually running around with the Osmo. A small gimbal is worth. I think the video that I got out of this was pretty good. Let me pull up. See, I don't want to spoil videos, but let me see here. We'll just do the dice one because that's Sunday's video. So like, I think this is like this is fine. Like I think, you know, this is stable enough. You've got, you know, you could see what you're looking at. The video quality is good enough. Like, I don't think I need to go to a gimbal. Like, yeah, it's a little juddery, but it's, you know, it's the type of content I do. So I think it's fine. Just the Osmo uses your phone. That's another thing. I don't like, there's enough RF interference in that place already. I'm in a different country. And also I don't like having to install an app on my phone to use my camera, because what if my phone dies? What if I lost my phone? Then I can't record any footage. This, you know, as shitty as GoPro's, you know, software is, I push button, I record onto SD card. Done. Done. Easy. I like analog in that case. Attach the GoPro to a chicken head. Yep. Just make more. It's actually not bad. I'm actually getting really used to using this. It's quite simple. Like, I have a lav on me. The mic the person is holding, so I'm just literally standing like this. Also, this has the built-in extended battery in the Volta, so, and a tripod. So if I need to do any fixed shots, I got a tripod. Which I think I might have used it for some of the Death Racer stuff, but I don't know. It worked really good. I already have the GoPro, so yeah. Fisheye effect. There are 1 or 2 clips where I accidentally had it on a higher lens. I normally run it on the linear lens, which is like 19-36, I think. One of the shots, one of the clips that I recorded after the Death Racer event, I still had it on the wide lens. So I think I went in and I might have tried to fix it and it didn't work. Did I fix or replace it? I ended up getting it working. It's still kind of funky, but it, like in terms of like using it through the Bluetooth, but in terms of it just being a battery, it works just fine. Actually, let me find the picture here. I'll show you, because you can see my setup in one of the pictures. Sam Prentice took it. It's on the Death Racer page. Let's see here. See if I can find it. There's a picture of like everyone at the Death Racer booth, or with all the Death Racers. I'm trying to find the picture of it. Shoot. Where is that picture? Was ERRF bigger than Murph? I think so. I think so. Trying to find the picture. Where is the picture? There is a picture of all of us standing at the at a booth with all the Death Racers. So this was a cool picture. So there I am. So I just threw my backpack on and stuck my GoPro on my shoulder mount. What do you use to tag and organize your video? I take them all off the thing and then I throw them into a folder and I call it ERRF. That's about it. I don't do any of that super fancy stuff. 1,600 to 1,800 people. ERRF was pretty packed. One thing I will say about ERRF, the aisles were pretty narrow. Like when you first went in there, you came in a corner and there was like one booth, like one aisle that way that had like Slice, Duet, E3D, and then you had like a long haul going the other way. And those two, when you first came in, those two first aisles were packed. If you go watch my video where I just walked through, that was like, I filmed that like 10 minutes after it opened. And I actually tried to get that video out that day, but the internet was so crap, it wasn't happening. So you know, I ended up putting out like Monday, I believe. But yeah. I'm trying to find it. I don't know where it was. Yeah, I don't know where that picture went. It might be on the Facebook group. Oh, there's somebody poking at me on Discord. I hate when I get added and then I don't see where I got added at. Okay. Okay. How long till the X1 gets repaired? I don't know. I haven't needed it, so I've been in no rush. Let's dive into it. Let's take a look here. I gotta replace the fix a jam, and there we go. Fix a jam in it. But the problem is I gotta get it off this desk to do it, because I can't really work on it. Yeah, I gotta like, and also the arm is sticking. How easy is it to swap the hot end in this? Because I got a spare hot end. I'm just gonna swap the hot end, because I'm not saying I'm lazy. I'm just saying I'm lazy, and I'm just gonna swap the hot end. Yeah, just swap the hot end, call it a day. I think it's like 2 screws. But I gotta get this off, and I needed the desk to do it. DFH gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. Need a bigger basement. I know I do, Jean-Paul. And Sean, I spoke about it at the beginning of the stream. So on the actual death races itself, my head kept popping off, so no actual damage. But afterwards, I took the head off, I turned it on, and we kind of just slammed into each other for a while, and I tried to kill it because I wanted to see what would die. Drivetrain is fried. You put the battery in, you push pedal down, and you hear, and it doesn't sound healthy. And the servo is completely euchred. So. But yes, I need a bigger basement. I'm trying to find a site B to work out of, but unfortunately that search is not coming along too well. Because I don't have anything near me, which really sucks, because at Printed Solid, they're in like a little small industrial park. They have exactly what I'm looking for there. Like, they have units that are exactly the size and the type of unit I'm looking for to rent. The problem is that's like 10 hours away in Delaware, in another country. So that doesn't solve my problem. Time to move to Delaware. I don't think the wife would approve, just me up and moving the family, considering the little guy just started school. And then also, my mom would kill me if I took away her grandson. So, yeah. The nozzles are much harder to change. Yeah, that's why I'm just gonna swap the hot end out, call it a day. And then I gotta figure out the little arm that cuts the filament is like sticking. I gotta fix that. Say euchred? Yeah, euchred. That's a word. Okay, so problem, Joe. Ordinances for where I can build in my backyard limit size, and also I'd have to run heating, power, and cooling out there, and it's not viable for me to build something in my backyard. I'm currently working on turning the garage into more of a shop, but that would be just a shop. Yeah. Also, a lot of people death racers. Carbon fiber worked out great. Carbon fiber nylon and PETG, mwah, no issues. There were a few people that had the fronts of their death racers shatter because they printed them out of PLA, which is brittle. Hard, but brittle. And then poor David. David didn't have long enough screws through the drive gears on his death racer. So as soon as he pedaled down on the very first match, he broke his drive gears. Got it fixed though for the second day. What else do I got? I got a bunch of spare parts for the bamboo in here. The front fell off? The front fell off. Euchred is like another, I don't know, is that a term where you're from area? Like euchred, it's euchred. It's like, it's screwed, it's done, it's broken, it's euchred. I don't know, that's a term up here. Add a story to the house. That is not fiscally possible. How do I route the wires in a Revo? Up and out. Do I have? Well, that's a dragon. It's basically the same. You just wire them up and out. You can bend the little arm a little bit. I know euchre is a card game. Knackered, same thing. I don't know how to play euchre. Yeah, I know you can't change the nozzle. I got the weird type of assembly to it. But yeah, I haven't been using the bamboo. I just haven't really had a need to. Also, the bed, I've been having adhesion issues. I don't have the fancy textured PI bed, so I've just been using my Vorons like I normally do. Because here's my problem. If I'm printing ABS, which is what I print for projects and whatnot, I'm using one of my Vorons because they're just what I use to print ABS. They're fully enclosed. They're all tuned for it. Everything I know that comes off of it, I know works. They're good. And then anything PLA, I'm using whatever printer I'm testing at the time. So that's why I don't use the switch wire at all anymore, because anything multicolor, I started using the bamboo because the AMS is a little bit more reliable, at least compared to my setup with the ERRF, which it's one of the first ones built. And then I don't print PLA on it because I'm printing PLA on, in this case, a Sovol. So the house blog, $20. Cheers. ERRF recovery fund. Cheers. We had better adhesion issues with the FL Sun SR. Nope. I did a print on it the other day. Let me see here. Where is that print? Oh, here it is. So I haven't been using it much just because I use it for tall stuff and I haven't needed to print tall stuff lately. But I used it a bunch at first for the Mando stuff, and it printed it all just fine. And then I printed this guy in PLA. And yes, it's blue. It should have been orange. It's what happens when someone asks you to print something, to test something, and they don't tell you what it is. So when you print it, you're like, oh wow, I really should not have used blue for this, but either way. There we go. Yeah. So this was on the SR. The SR is fine. Honestly, I'm probably using the SR more than the bamboo, just because the bamboo is a 250 millimeter enclosed cube printer. I've got several of those, but the SR has got nice tall volume. So, or the V400, yeah, V400. Sorry. I've been having issues with nylon. I was trying to do some nylon because I actually tried to do some stealth racer parts or death racer parts on there, and then also I got to print some nylon for the second cube, so we got to do that too. Yeah, so right now it's like a weird time. Like honestly, right now is probably one of the better times to buy a 3D printer because of the options you have out there now. At like the $1,000 price range, you got the bamboo, you got the V400. Still have the Mark III, although that's really showing its age now. It really depends what you're going for a machine. And then on the low end, like the Sovol here, this has pretty much everything a Prusa has except for a filament runout sensor, but it's a third the price. So it's like a really good time to buy a printer right now. What does the Voron community print when not printing printers? I have no clue. The only reason I got this stuff is because I'm a YouTuber too. So, like when I was just in the Voron team, I just did Voron stuff. What printer do I use for nylon? All the Death Racer stuff, the vast majority of it. I actually printed quite a bit of it on the Cheaty, and then I ended up not using that because I ended up reprinting a lot of it, and I was testing the Obsidian nozzle on the on this guy. So a lot of it was printed on my my 300 spec 2.4. My Sovol is lost in transit. It'll turn up one day. I'm still on the Voron team. Yes, but I'm also a YouTuber. I'm trying to remember who gave me this. Was it Protoposter or Dies? I can't remember. Somebody gave me a bottle opener that's out of CF nylon. I think it's CF nylon or CFPC. I don't know. It's really stiff. Sovol is so legit. So the only things I can comment on it so far is this is print number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has only been running since Wednesday, and I've only done 5 prints on it, and they've all been PLA. So it's very hard for me to give a long-term. Like, here's the thing: a Prusa Mark III, yes, it's 5 years old. It's not fast, but it doesn't need to be fast. Like print speed, that's a whole other tangent. But anyways, but it's proven. It's a proven machine. If you're coming to me like, hey, I want to set up a print farm, okay, probably start looking at a Prusa, because you know I've talked to Joel. He set up a print farm with Prusas, and he's had like, oh, I had to replace one bearing on one machine. That was just being annoying or something stupid like that. Like they just work. Like they're a known reliable design. I can't remember what YouTube channel it was, but I was watching, they have a print farm and it's like all enders. And like, he's showing, oh, I gotta fix this one. This one needs repairs. This one's down for repairs. This one, so yeah, you could buy a lot of machines cheap, but when they start going down and you start, you know, oh, I need to print 30 things overnight and I wake up and I don't have 25 printed. So that means the next day you're not printing your next batch. You're printing everything but 5 of the next batch because you have to print the stuff you didn't print yesterday. So reliability is a thing to keep in mind. Cobra, I haven't really looked at the Cobra. Everything that I've gotten like 4 offers for printers since I got back from ERRF, and they're all V-wheel bed flingers, and I turned them all down because why? I'm going to my first Voron with a Rage Rabbit Carefree and looking for hotend, specifically filament path and cooling area for the tip shape. Any advice? I really like the Revos. The Revos make a really nice tip with the ERRF. So the Neptune seems cheaper. So that's the thing. Like if you're going budget printer, that's a completely different thing. I think this is a $2.99 printer. Yes, it's on, you know, early bird special. This is a $2.99 printer that's on sale. So look at it at a $2.99 printer, in my opinion. I don't know. This seems pretty good. And this is just throwing, you know, and let's throw some silk rainbow filament in it, pick a Prusa profile and hit print. Print farm was his Neptune 3 as he likes them. Yeah. Why you don't want to review the BQ Hurricane? I've already played around with Clipper on an Ender 3. What else is there to say? I think actually I do have an offer for one. I could get one if I wanted to. But other than it running Clipper, what's special about it? It's I don't know, pull it up right here, yeah. Other than this machine running Clipper, what is different? Like it's just a machine running Clipper. Although is that a high flow nozzle, or is that just like their weird nozzle probe they have in the front, the CR? Like it's Bowden, it's V-wheel, it's an Ender with Clipper. We did that on a live stream like 2 years ago, guys. It's another, exactly. That's the thing to it. That's going to be the thing now, because people realize Clipper is a marketing buzzword now, and they're just going to take their printer, slap Clipper on it, and they're just going to push it out. And you're going to have, you know, 10 years down the line, a year down the line, whatever random controller board that they design that runs their specific version of Clipper because they've had to fork it isn't supported anymore. Like, have you used Zaribo? I have not. Worth using Clipper on a Mark III? It wouldn't hurt. Input shaper is nice. You'd be able to run the speeds a little bit faster. The thing with if you're buying a Mark III, it's a very set up printer. The firmware has a ton of stuff done to it specifically to make, like, for the Mark III. So all like the auto calibration setup stuff. Like I was gonna put Clipper on my Mark III and I didn't, because I didn't really see the need to. I'm not a speed demon printer, so it prints as fast as it needs to print. Also, I wanted a benchmark. I use my Mark III as a benchmark printer to compare other printers too. So I'll probably print some stuff on here and then print the exact same thing, sliced exactly the same on the Mark III and see how it compares, so. See the guy with the printer on his back? Yep. Use that Murph too. Bondtech CHE nozzle opinion? If you want to go fast, it seems pretty cool. Just be aware you can't do any abrasives with it unless they came out with a hardened version, which I don't know if they did. I don't think they did. I've got a CHT in Tallboy. That's it, because everything else is running Revos. Oh, Mitch, there you go, Mitch 3D. He's the guy with the Delta on his back. So here's the thing with the XL, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't film anything at the Prusa booth, okay? Because on the Saturday the Saturday I walked by, or the Sunday, or no, the Friday, whenever they were setting up, I walked by and I looked at the XL and I'm like, oh, that's the XL we've all seen. Because at Rapid and at Murph earlier this year, they had the XL and nothing really changed. And I'm like, whatever, it's the same one we've seen a million times. However, I realized like on Sunday that it's the new XL. So it's got the new tool head, which it still uses the big extruder drive gear, but it's planetary gear. So it's planetary gear instead of the cycloidal. Did I get a video of it? I don't think I got a video of it. And then it seemed to be doing the actual filament or the tool changes quicker. So I'm assuming they've been working on getting the firmware up to speed and like finding the upper safe limits. So it was running a lot smoother than it was at the previous events. So I'm thinking they're getting there. I'm honestly thinking it's at the point they could ship it. It seems to be at the point where it's a done product. They just need to actually make it. It's also got their new board on it. It's got the Buddy Dwarf. So they got new tool head boards on all these too. And I like the gold accents. I like the gold accents. So yeah. It's enclosable. It does have the skirt, and then you will be able to get a hat for it. So it is enclosable. It's big though. I'm trying to think what else. There was the Cocoa Press, which it doesn't really have a name yet. It's just Cocoa Press printer. I'm still tired. It was really nice. This was the drive back. So this was driving through the Appalachians. It's really foggy the one morning. So yeah, it was a fun trip. I really liked it. If you ever get a chance, go to that. Any reason why they aren't moved away from cycloidal? It didn't work as good as they hoped it would. Planetary made more sense. Confectioner. I think that was the work name. We drove 15 hours. Oh, that's not like this. I drove 10 and I was like, oh. And that was just me in my car alone. A 3.5 upgrade. Cancel my order. Okay, fair enough. I know it's probably been delayed longer than some people would like to. I will say it's gotten better than what they originally announced. So, like, it's proof that they're always dialing in their printers. They do a lot of work on them behind the scenes. Is there a West Coast? There was a maker fair in San Diego or somewhere. I don't know. There's the only two official rep rap fairs are MRF and ERRF. And then I think they're and then this one, I got somebody, this started following me the other day. There's the Rocky Mountain Rep Festival in Denver in between March and May 2023. I don't know anything about this. I just remembered like they started following me the other day. So there you go. So there'll be a Rocky Mountain Rep Fest. Am I going to Denver? Probably not, unless like I find a company that's willing to pay for it. But yeah. TCT 360. That's in England, isn't it? A good addition in a year, but I hope it's a production machine. Yeah, the XL is definitely it's a prosumer machine. It's definitely a prosumer machine. Like, let's be honest. If you're buying an XL, you're dropping two bill on it. You're trying to get that back. Oh, I forgot to unmute. No, the XL, I'm getting the dually. I'm getting the two-headed one. It makes a lot of sense. Like, I don't do multicolor prints. I've done a few, but every time I do a multicolor print, it's just to test or show off the AMS or the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder or an IDEX or whatever. So it's not something I normally do. So the 5-head version doesn't make any sense for me, but the dually does, because 2 heads, that's support filament and a dissolvable or normal filament and a support filament. So that makes a little bit more sense for me. So yeah. What's up with the Mark 3S still running? Yeah, it just, I don't use it a lot because I will be pulling it out though to test against this guy, because I honestly am probably going to do a review video on this printer now. I'm not muted. I'm to the Mini Delta. I got this at ERRF. I got it as in current condition. I talked about it earlier in the stream. TPU and ABS, exactly. Like the dually, I think, is probably going to be like a very good option for those looking for that. The problem is I got to figure out how to make it pay for itself. Yeah, the auto shop. Yeah, there's a picture of like 4 of us on the Voron team because we were across the aisle from him. He's like, here, just take these. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the plan is I want to try and figure out how to make it battery powered. I'm not going to do a backpack printer. That's your thing. It already has a handle on top too. So, but I want to try and figure out, I want to slam a rep wrap board in there, a small rep wrap board, and see if I can make it battery powered. It's all 12 volts already, so it shouldn't be too hard. Well, here's the thing. You're not spending money on the XL until it ships. Like it's what, a $100 or $200 down payment or whatever, or placeholder payment. You don't actually pay for it until it comes out. So make a Delta hat. So we already figured it out. It's 3 kilograms as is, plus probably another kilogram to make it work and functional with the bed. And then you add some filament. So that's like 5 kilograms on your head. So is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Ask Mitch. He's got a, I will not use 18 or lipos anymore. Oh, did you, please use, oh, did you have any issues with your lipos? I know the Death Racers, there were some fires, but the only fire was a lipo charging. The smoke was like wiring issues. Like the Mando helmet's only a kilogram, so wearing that's not a big deal. If it gets canceled, you get a refund? I'm assuming so. I don't think Prusa is the kind of company to not refund you for a canceled order. I know lithium iron phosphate's safer. Can you get lithium? Where can you buy them? No issue, just so easy to over discharge. You need a BMS, but lipos usually run deep cycles and like. Okay, that makes sense for the purpose they last longer. Okay. Yeah, I know. That was one thing I was kind of a little worried. Well, actually, I should probably get the batteries out. So with the Death Racers, they run lipos, right? So, oh, by the way, you'll love this. So you know how people store their lipo batteries in those fancy containers that they don't catch fire and whatnot. So I totally went out and bought one of those the night before. And by bought one, I mean I used my son's lunch bag because it's got the aluminum on the inside. It's the same. So these are the lipos from the Death Racer. I brought 2. These are 5200 milliamp 2S. 2S. Yeah, these are 2S. 7.4 volts. So fun fact. I could have just brought 2 batteries and not a charger. I didn't kill one of these batteries. Both these batteries on the end of the second day, Sunday night, I put them into storage voltage and I had to discharge current to put them into storage voltage. Yeah, so yeah. Needed better battery safety. I suggest we charge them outside. So at home, when I was charging them, I had them on my chunk of quartz. I had my quartz on the table here and they were charging on the quartz. So if something happened, it's not going to catch rock on fire. And then I got 6 feet to the ceiling here. So it would have been okay.
At
ERRF, yeah, probably charging outside. Because I have, this is my charger. So I have an ISDT Q6 Plus is my charger. And I run it off of a 24 volt power supply that I also use for soldering. The reason I got the ISDT is because you can actually use a battery to charge a battery. So I bought this back when I was planning to get into drones. So the plan was I would get like a big honking 6S battery, plug it in here, and then I could charge the little drone batteries out in the field. So that's why I got this instead of like just the plug in the wall ones. It works good enough. Like I'm not doing tons of stuff, so it makes sense. But yeah, so I want to get into more RC stuff now because that was super fun. Yeah, the voltage screamers. I got a couple of them. You plug them in the balance plug of your battery, and then what happens is when you drop to a low voltage, they make a very loud noise. Oh, I know they pop. I know. iNav rover. What's an iNav rover? I'm actually tempted to make a printed plane. I kind of want to do a plane. iNav. What is an iNav rover? Oh, it's like a navigation rover. Oh. Well, these are Z batteries. They have a name. They worked fine. They make most new ESCs have a LiPo mode that shut off at 3.2 to 3.5 volts a cell. Oh, okay. BattleBots is hella expensive, but the smaller combat robots like the 3-pound Battleweights are manageable. Well, I want to do more 3D printing RC stuff. So I know there's like Delta Wing planes you can print and whatnot. Winter is coming, so I might, you know, try and make a snow thing. We'll see. PLA is kind of brittle though. For like a wing, you'd want something with like really good layer adhesion, like PETG, I think. RC car tank with a flight controller in it. Flying with lipos for 10 years. I've never had one burst. Yeah, as long as everything's balanced, as long as you're safe, you're fine. It's like my car has gasoline in it. Gasoline catches fire. Like as long as you're safe with it, it should be okay. But Mitch brings up a good, like, thinking of the way Mitch is set up. He's wearing the battery. So if something goes wrong, he is wearing the battery. And you've all seen the videos of people vape pens exploding in their pocket. So hips would probably be pretty good. Okay, I'll talk to, well, winter is coming, so I don't know if I'm going to be outside doing stuff, but, you know, taking apart the Death Racer and putting the motors, or buying new motors and reusing them, into like a snow cat or something would be kind of cool. The 3D sets they make, fully 3D printed RC cars. Yeah, there's a bunch of people have given me like tips. The thing is, I don't want to be like here's the thing, like I have a real like thing that I keep in the back of my head about doing stuff other people do. Obviously there, you know, if two YouTubers do the same thing, they're going to cover it in different ways, but like I just don't want to do stuff that other people have done, like just flat out. Like it's just something I try to avoid. Obviously I don't always do it, but you know, it's something. So like I don't want to just do like stuff Peter Schriepel does, for example. So yeah. Buggy collab. Steve's already doing a buggy, but Steve just does live streams. So what are we at right now? It's only 4 o'clock. Jeez. So yeah, don't forget, if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, we give away some every stream. LTT screwdriver review when? Whenever the one that I purchased showed up, because I'm not cool enough to get a creator one. You know, Joel got one. Where's Linus? Where's my screwdriver? Also the BattleBots, that was something, they had ant bots there, and that's something else I should have did a video on that I didn't. But the problem with that kind of stuff is, it's the same reason I don't play Warhammer 40k anymore. Nobody near me does it, and I don't want to drive like half an hour to go do anything. So like, I've looked up like 3D printing and all that, like BattleBots. I've looked up RC stuff, like everything local, every type of local tech hobby group. that we have nothing. We have nothing in my city. So that's kind of another thing. I don't want to get involved in something that I can't even do. So. Huge money thing. Well, at the time I was doing Warhammer 40K, I was single and living at home. So yeah. Does ERRF still work? Yeah. Oh yeah, it works just fine. It's just I don't use it because I don't do multicolor prints. RC Test Flight is an awesome snowcat. Let me pull up RC Test Flight and see what we got. Let's see here. I got a new mouse on this computer. I'm getting used to it. It's weird. Kite photography is cool. There are other interesting RC hobbies. Have you looked at any of the 3D set RC models? A few. So I basically a bunch of people spammed links at me last time I mentioned this, and I went and looked for them. So I kind of dug through a bunch of stuff. Ooh, RC Snowcat. Is that a Tupperware?
Just climbing through the mountain. The computer is wider than the old version. The description.
Oh, that is cool.
Donate, but the step is to make it pages.
So those tracks look kind of cool. What else is there? Ground effect boat, plane. I make airplane. Okay, so there's nothing on his website for plane yet. Okay. Oh no, I'm using a Black Widow from Walmart because I needed a mouse when I was on vacation, or when I went up for my brother's wedding and I didn't have one, so I went into Walmart and paid $10 for this. Am I going to Rapid TCT in Chicago in 2023? At the moment, yes. So the three events that make the most sense for me to go to are Rapid TCT, because they move around, but like last year was Detroit. This year coming up is Chicago, which is a 4-hour drive for me. MRF, which is a 4-hour drive for me, and ERRF, which it's a longer drive, but it's drivable. So those, as long as Rapid's in like the Northwest area of the US, because I don't think it'll ever come to Canada, but as long as Rapid TCT is in that area up here, MRF and ERRF, those are like the three events that will probably be going forward, the three events I go to. I would love to go to England for like TCT 360 or Smurf, if that ever happens. But that's on the other side of the pond. I'd love to go check out Bruce's print farm at some point, but again, not in the cards. So if you want to help support the channel, content I create, things I do, links in the description. Consider becoming a channel member. English, consider becoming a channel member. Build an RC mower. So fun fact, I haven't cut my grass since about early June because it was been dry all summer and all my grass died, and I love it. Start making PCBs. Why? JLC PCB is a thing, and you can overnight boards. Why would you? Making your own PCB just seems weird now. Open RF, yeah, the open RC, everyone's already built that though. Like Joel built the massive one, and then a bunch of other people have built it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure out something to build with the RC stuff, because I have an extra FreeSky controller now, or receiver, so I got to use it for something. What is your favorite design for FDM, Corax Delta, or Standard Bed Slinger? They all have their pros and cons. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Delta. I think Corax does pretty much everything a Delta does and better. But Delta does have its kind of purpose. They're very good for very tall stuff. But then the machines get very tall. And you can go really fast with them. But bed flingers, you know, we all harp about the bed flinger, right? You know, it's a cheap bed flinger. The problem is, or the thing is, they're cheap and simple. It's like the simplest motion platform you can do. So you can do a cheap bed flinger that has all the bells and whistles, and it could still be a relatively inexpensive machine. Once you start looking at Corax Y, well, then you have to move the bed, or you have to move the gantry and the Z, which is harder to support. It's more complicated, and then you need a square frame for the printer. So the printer material costs go up. So you can make good bed flingers. You just got to build them well. And the thing is, most cheap V-wheel bed flingers aren't built well. ski ride, RC snowmobile. Okay, made a custom Raspberry Pi Pico controller using S-Bus and my FreeSky receiver. You can do crazy multi-channel robots. Sweet. Time to get David to sponsor a trip to Prusa. I think that's something Joe would have to do. I don't think David would be down for that. Thinking of mini RC skidoo since winter is coming. Just need to come up with a design. Tracks can be the same as Death Racer tracks. No, Death Racer, you want to put scoops in it. The Death Racer tracks are really designed for flat surfaces or like dirt. Like they're not very scoopy in the snow. In the snow, they probably wouldn't do too well. You want like paddles in the snow. What about 3D set like the Rancher Land Buggy? I can look those up. If they're like the realistic ones, I'm not super interested in those. Cause I might just try designing something just to have fun. Like practice my CAD. Cause if you're just doing a car, you just need a servo to turn the front tires and then one motor in the back for the drive wheels. So that's what Steve's building. Okay. I think the machine just beeped and I don't know why. Okay, it went to the menu screen. No, info screen. There we go. Maker's Muse made some RC tank things too. Yep, I know. I've been following. Angus has done quite a few things. It's funny, like I've been following. Like, hey, I'm gonna get into 3D printing. Okay, you follow Joel, you follow Angus, you follow Tom, and you follow a few other channels. And it's like I've been watching Angus do RC stuff for a while, and I never actually got into it until I built the Death Racer. And it's like, oh shit, this stuff's fun. I want to do more. RC sailing yacht. I do have Lake St. Clair nearby. But again, winter is coming, so I don't want to be out there, you know, in the cold. Also, another problem is I live in southern Ontario, so our winters, we actually don't really get a ton of snow usually. So if I do like a project where I build like an RC snowcat or something, I got a feeling I'll build it and then it won't snow for like a month. Flying drones after work. I gotta put my quad together one day. I have a quad. I've got this guy. I'm dropping shit everywhere. I've got this guy. I have a quad. I've never flown this. It doesn't even have a receiver installed. Because I bought it, by the time it showed up, the weather got crappy out, and then I put it in the shelf, and then I forgot about it all winter, and then I just completely forgot about it. So I have a quad. I've never done anything with it. So maybe I should actually put that together at some point. It's a 3-inch. It's just under the legal limit in Canada. It's in Canada for FPV flying. If it's under 250 grams, you don't need a license, and it's like 246 with a 4S battery. So I have it. I order stuff. I don't need to order stuff. I have everything for it. I just got to put the receiver in it and set it all up. I have the controller. I got a Taranis X-Lite. I've got that. I've got batteries for it. I've got a receiver for it. Like I have everything for this. I just never got around to put it together. I got this. I got batteries. I should probably check the batteries. These batteries are kind of old. How many? Four cell, all 15.2 volts, 1, 3.8. Okay, so they're still on the storage voltage. That's good. But yeah, I've got, you know, some 850 milliamp 4S batteries for it. Extra blades. Like, I've got everything I need. I've never actually put it together. I gotta put a receiver on it. Where's the receiver at? Big quads can be tons of fun. I don't have a great, like, I bought all this before everything went digital. So I have a, what is this? An Eachine, really shitty goggle set. Bunch of extra blades. I got a motor. Ooh. There we go. I've got a spare HGL Tech Flame 1407 3600 kilovolt motor. Got a bunch of extra blades. What else do I got? I should probably go through all this. Bunch of gem fan blades. I don't know why I bought so many extra blades. No, it's 3.8. It's 3.8. And then, what's that? That's bought like 4 batteries for this thing. Like I bought everything, but then the problem was it took forever to come in. Okay, so here's the receiver. It's a XM Plus receiver. So I gotta attach the receiver to it. And then I got a bunch of batteries. And then I got something that I took off of it. What did I take off of it? Oh, it's like a mount for like a camera or something that I never put on. But yeah, so like I just never put it all together. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of batteries. TattooWorld.com batteries, 4 cell. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I just never got around to it. Put together already. Well, flying one of these inside is probably not a good idea. Like, although if I remember correctly, if I plug a battery into it, I could see out of the headset. So, put battery on. I just love how it just dangles underneath. It's like, yeah, let's just put the battery underneath. So it does that. So that's good. I have no idea if this is... Yeah, quit beeping. How do I even turn this on? On. Okay, so this isn't charged. Do I have a charger for it? I should have a charger for it. Just keep it away from Kiddo and Doggo. Yeah, you don't need to tell me about that. He's already broken enough stuff. He already chucked the Death Racer. Oh, there's a charger. Okay. So this is power in. Okay, so it's charging. Oh, okay, it's on. EV800D with DVR. Ooh. Oh shit, I can actually see through it. Battery not full, craft name. Disarmed. Okay, how do I search? Oh wow, I could, holy shit. Ooh, flies around. Look at me, I'm an FPV guy. Wow, wow, the electronics on this get hot quick. Holy shit. Hello. That actually don't look too bad. Huh. Okay, maybe I will try and get all this working one day. Maybe I will try and get all this working one day. Meant to be flying. Well, I know it's meant to be flying. Like, I can just kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's a, I don't know the exact model I have here because I don't have the box for it anymore. Oh, here we go. It is a... XJB145. That's what this is. It's an XJB145. The next member stream. Yeah, maybe we'll faff about with this next week on the member stream. Yeah, so, okay, next week on the member stream, we'll see if we can get this working. Because that'd be cool. That'd be more stuff to do. I got a ton of these battery checkers. Yeah, so maybe next member stream we'll play around with this and see what we get. Oh, there we go. Roto Geeks, FPV junkie. I'm totally an FPV junkie. It's free content and free real estate. Exactly. Because this is as big of a drone as I could fly in Canada without getting a license. I love these really crappy antennas that I got. What's the range on those? Like what type of range should I expect with those? Do you have some experience at RC flying? Nope. What do I got to tempt you to become a member like that? You know what? It's not me, okay? It's not me suggesting, hey, I'm a content creator, I make cool content, and you should come and join the member stream. It's totally Apron. It's subconsciously telling you you have to listen to what I say and take what I say more seriously. It's the Apron. Depends on your VTX. It's a Tyrannus X Lite. And it's an XM Plus receiver. It's this. How much did the drone cost? I don't know. I bought it like 3 years ago. Video transmitter. Oh, okay. I don't know. Whatever it came with. Yeah, this. I got this. I got this control. Try flying a bit in a sim. I do have liftoff. I have played with liftoff in the past because the controller came in first, so I bought liftoff. I played around with it for a bit, and then I think it was the drone itself took I bought it from Banggood and it took forever to show up, and then by the time it showed up, it was already crappy outside. And then I bought it my kid was still young. I'm trying to remember when I bought it. It was just as it's been 3 or 4 years. Probably been 3 or 4 years. So I just forgot about it, and it just kind of been sitting over there, and then other stuff came up. 5.8 72 channel. Yeah, sure. Whatever the box says. 5.8 gigahertz FPV VR goggles. EV800Ds are the goggles. Eachine. So yeah, it was just something that I just got, a project that I never got. Liftoff makes me want to not fly drone. So, oh, no, that's not the button I wanted to push. I actually have a video on my channel of me playing with liftoff, I think. Okay. Videos, sort by oldest. Yeah, here you go. Okay, so 4 years ago. Okay, 4 years ago. Yeah, so this is me faffing about in liftoff. We aren't supposed to fly past line of sight anyways, but even a little micro drone with ceramic antenna can go. So I kind of want, if I do get into drones, because the problem is the weight limit. But I don't think I'd be flying the super fast ones. I would just like one that I can just kind of loiter around and just cruise around in. Shut up, CBC. Every time I try to play a video on here while I'm streaming on YouTube, it always bugs out. It's the ad. I have view block on here. I don't know why I'm getting ads. But I went Radio Master with TX12 and ELRS. I don't know what those words mean. All right, here we go. So yeah, this is me flying around in liftoff, which is like a simulator. But again, I haven't touched this in 4 years, so. Woo. Just hit the ground, just hit the barn door. Yeah, fun times. Okay, maybe I'll start playing around with it again. Built a 4-inch long drone at 249.5 grams. Will fly 3 kilometers out and 3 kilometers back. Wow, that's I think this one it's really fast. I bought it because it was fast, I think, but it's only got like 3 or 4 minutes of flight time. So the thing is, in Canada, if it's over 250 grams, I believe you need to get a license to fly it and do a bunch of paperwork. And then also there's a bunch of limits on where you can fly, because I technically live near a flight path, I think. I don't know. I just want something like, if I would stick with the I don't need to follow the rules because it's so light one, because I just don't want to deal with it. It's just like, yeah, whatever, it's under the weight, whatever. Because I know there's two different ways. You can fly it in acro mode, and then you can fly it in like the really simple, cheap, dumb way where it just kind of like up, down, left, right, whatever. So you can fly it in the easy to fly mode, but it's not as fun, apparently. Substituted purely because of the remote TID of the US next year. What is remote TID? It's $10 and you don't even need to study, and the paperwork is online. Oh, okay. Starting with a tiny whoop is the way to go. Acro bus. Yeah, I might. Because you could just buy a tiny whoop. Can't you just buy like a cheap little 1S tiny whoop? Amazon. Tiny whoop. Whoop whoop. Yeah, because I could just buy like a free sky tiny whoop. Right? Yeah, they just use little batteries and whatnot. Man, Amazon Canada sucks sometimes. Yeah, free sky. Yeah. I know you have to be careful with airspace. I know that part. Remote ID is a new anti-drone law lobbied before by UPS and Amazon because they somehow think drone delivery will happen. It won't, because people have shotguns and people will take out drones in remote areas. Also, I remember watching a video on it, and drones like are insane because of the amount of cities, like dense urban cities, that have so many airspace restrictions that it makes no sense for them to fly drones. Build a tank for practice. Oh, well, I don't need a tank. So I'm not in the US, I'm in Canada, so remember that. I think it's only 20 grams. Wow, that's light. Oh, look, a squirrel. Yeah, drone delivery just seems like a problem that doesn't need to exist. How did your death racer go? I spoke about it near the beginning of the stream. Seemed to work okay, and then I broke it on purpose so we could take it apart and figure out what broke. So I'll be doing a video on it, actually. Yeah, I know Ivan's building a large Core XY. Death Racer seemed too fragile. So here's the thing, mine, I've got no cosmetic damage to mine at all. I really want to open it up because I'm getting a grinding noise. When you gun it, you can hear like, it's just like, well, here, I'll hook it up and you can hear. Let's make some room. So I'll show you what's wrong with my Death Racer. Out. Grab a batteria. So it's at a storage voltage, but we're not going anywhere. Turn you on, turn the head off. I can never remember if we're supposed to turn the battery or turn the RC vehicle on first or the controller on first. Okay. Okay, so servo is euchred. So it's trying to get back to home, but it can't. So I'm not doing anything. Servo is euchred. Yeah. So the servo is completely euchred. Drivetrain. Like I'm putting a little bit of weight on it. Yeah. So if you like it yeah. So the servo's spazzing out because it can't find home, and then yeah. So yeah, it's kind of euchred on the inside. There's a metal gear. So the servo is metal geared, but I'm assuming it's, you know, built to the finest Chinesium pot metallium. So what I'm thinking happened is when I flipped it over and I tried to use the servo to right myself several times, I may have stripped those gears. If they're doing death racers next year, I'll probably do death racers again. Like, here's the thing. I have everything here. I just need to print a new body. Like, the electronics are still good. So, like, literally, it's just some prints and some screws. So that's the cool thing with, you know, a 3D printed combat robot. If you break it, you just print a new part. The expensive stuff is still fine. Like, the motors are all, like, everything is still fine in this thing. It just, you know, the plastic gave out. So what's interesting, what I think may have failed, let me pull up the CAD here, is the motor joint to the drive gear is was it pinion, rack and pinion, or no? What is it? What's that joint called in an automotive term? Where the motor is driving this way and you need to spin this, and you got that like conical gear. What's that called? What's that gear called? I don't know if the printed part there has gone, because I get more torque going backwards than going forward, or if in the Lizu drive gears, if I've like, those are gone. Differential. There you go. Did I modify the back servo? No, this is a completely stock servo. Wow, that's... Yeah. Double gear. Okay, either way. So it's either in the printed part that changes the motor, because the motor is mounted like this and it spins like this, and you want to drive the gears that spin like that. So it's either failed there or it's failed mechanically in the Lizo drive gear. Now the problem is, if you look at how do you put those together, you have to press fit a little gear onto the drive shaft of the motor, and then when the Lizu drive gear is a planetary gear and it envelops it, there's no like set screw or anything, so you're just relying on it being a press fit. So that might just be spinning for all I know, and that could be it. The bevel gear needs to be printed with some, so I'm just looking at it, I don't really see any, it's all CF nylon. So I'm looking at it and everything, it's hard to see perfectly because I greased it up. But if you look in there, it's still in one piece. So I haven't opened it up yet because I want to record it all and make a video on it to see, you know, how it went. But the problem is I've got this printing on my desk, so this is where I record stuff. So I gotta wait for that print to finish. So maybe tomorrow. Smaller motors than mine, speed is not. So maybe these motors, but a higher gear ratio. So you're not gonna be going as fast, but you're gonna have a lot more torque. So. Remember that one time made the entire stream 6 showing lift off. Like, I could launch it up on Steam right now. What's a servo saver? But yeah, I think these motors are fine. It's just the gear ratio. Maybe a higher gear ratio, just so you're not dumping as much into speed and you got more torque. maybe that would be a little bit better. And then also grip. Grip is another big problem with this. So, but the stickers held up pretty good. The obsidian sticker took a little chunk, or Bart took a chunk to the head. But the stickers held up pretty good, I will say. So Joel's like, you don't have my sticker, and he gave me a sticker to put on, so I got Joel on there too. So it was fun though. It was fun. So, but yeah, everything it's all CF nylon except for the body, which is CF PETG, because I ran out of CF nylon, and it's all held up pretty damn good. Like, I can't really complain. You could see the bottoms of this, and down here where the screws are, you could see where every time I did a wheelie, punching it off the line. Oh yeah, that. But everything, you know, nothing's loose. So we'll see when we open it up what kind of damage we got. Fuzzy skin will help with traction. It would, but then it would also cause issues here in the joint where they run into each other. So maybe if you could do fuzzy skin on just the top surface, but also it would just wear off. So more weight up front. That's something I was thinking, because the battery's in the back, but also they have a long drivetrain one, so there's like one that's like a little bit longer for the treads, and people who built those didn't have the same issue with it gunning. That's another thing with the boom arm. You have all this weight of a spring steel or of a stainless steel rod in the back, so that's why I'm thinking a lance, like a side mounted lance with like a punch effect, if it could do that, would be a better option, because you can't really, you would want this going forward, but you can't use the head. So I'm thinking a lance would be a better thing to have than this. This just seems like a weak point. A lot of people had issues with the boom arm. A lot of people just had it locked to one side and just left it. So I'm thinking a lance might be better, because then people will charge at each other more. And battery in the front maybe too, for the weight balance. I'm trying to think what else was there at ERRF, because I don't want to talk about the things I did videos on, because I got videos on them. Trying to think. I don't know, anything else you guys want to know? Or want me to cover? Or got any questions about ERRF that you want me to go over? Also, don't forget to enter for the draw for the Polymaker filament. Link in the description. I know you were there, Tim. We had a lot of stickers. Polar printer at the Voron booth. Oh, the P-Rex. They're still working on that. That's a community thing. Was the chocolate Voron there? It's not officially a Voron, but it is a chocolate printer that's heavily based on a Voron. And yes, video on tomorrow. It'll be in tomorrow's recap video. Battery in the front may be danger. Well, people were bashing each other in the back too, so really maybe a center mounted battery would be better. The belt doesn't look any better. It's on revision 10, so it has had a decent amount of upgrades since the original one, or since I saw it at birth. MakerBox and Alien 3D. Yep, MakerBox or Alien 3D bought MakerBox. So I'm not 100% sure what Alien 3D does. I'm aware of them. And I talked to the guy at Prusa. He was there at Prusa. But it's mystery. Yeah, so mystery box. So the thing is, I don't really pay attention to a lot of that stuff because I'm not in the US. So a lot of those like maker boxes and like mystery boxes and whatnot, I'm in Canada. I can't get them anyway. So I just don't pay attention to a lot of them. So. Oh, he does do international. Okay. But yeah, a lot of time, anytime I see like maker boxes or filament boxes, I just ignore them right off the bat. Just simply the fact I don't live in the States, so I can't use them, or I can't get them half the time. I have too much filament to get a subscription. I know, it's like, was it Nicholas reached out? He's like, you need some filament? I'm like, yeah, you know, I could use a spool or two, and he sends me a box with like 15 spools in it. I'm running out of room. Although I'm actually, I've got room on the shelf. I can put more stuff on the shelf finally, so. The problem with Canada is shipping sucks up here. Shipping filament in Canada, shipping anything in Canada is more expensive than the US. And then with the Canadian dollar being less than the US dollar, it just kind of prices out a lot of those options. Like, hey, I have a PO box, but like I don't get much in it often because shipping stuff in Canada or shipping stuff to Canada sucks. So how long did it take to print and assemble? So printing, not too long, because I printed it on multiple printers, but I also reprinted a lot of stuff. I don't know, a couple days if you're just using a single printer. It's not really a lot to print. The TPU takes a while because it's TPU, you can't print it fast. And then to build it, we built it on streams. So we built it on some live streams. So you could probably build it in 6 hours if you've never built one before from scratch. And then printing it a couple days. Print it during the week, build it on the weekend. Yeah, Sanity, shipping in Canada sucks. Try Australia. Oh, I know Australia. I remember back when I was doing printed Ford, someone from Australia reached out to me to try and get me to ship them something. I'm like, you want me to ship you something from Canada to Australia? That'll be like $100, please. Oh man, this servo is dead. You can hear it grinding. That don't sound too. Oh yeah, your servo shouldn't do this, guys. Where do you get the parts motors? If you join the group or buy the plans off the Patreon for $1, you get a bomb in it, and it has links, suggested links. But the thing is, a lot of this is it's RC, so it's pretty generic. It's like you need a motor, you need a drive gear or a transmission gear, you need a receiver. Ooh. Oh, those screws are gone. So I've lost screws, I know that. I've lost screws on one side. Maybe that's why it doesn't work too good. Can't have Sparta 3D. Yeah, Sparta 3D is good. Sparta 3D is good stuff. Okay, this is kind of annoying on YouTube. I can't, like, if somebody mentions something in chat, I can't, like, I can report you and I can remove you, but I can't, like, just pull up your YouTube channel. That's weird. You'd think they would have the ability to do that. Like, I can't just pull up a user's channel. That's annoying. I didn't Loctite anything on here. Shipping was more than buying him a 3D printer. Yeah, Canada, shipping sucks sometimes out here. It really does. It really does. I gotta buy more micro SD cards now. You have to search for it. Yeah, it's super annoying. It is super annoying. When you have the option, those three dots. No, when you click it, all I get is replace pin message, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user in this channel, remove moderator. Well, in your case, remove moderator. It would be add moderator if they want a moderator. You need to grab Loctite drone, lost the camera screw last night. Oof. That's the only problem with the lightweight drones. You can't slap a GoPro on a 250 gram drone, I don't think. Like, GoPro's a little heavy for that. You have the option to go to user's channel? What? Seriously? Maybe because I'm... Let me pull up my stream. Let me actually pull up my stream as a... I'm on desktop. Go to channel. Okay, so if I'm watching my stream, I can go to channel. but on like the actual, yeah, but on like the actual YouTube studio page that I see as the person hosting the stream, I can't. That's really weird. 250 gram GoPro on a 250 gram drone. Run cam thumb Pro 4K 16 grams. What? Wow, that's light. $90 too. Wow, that ain't bad. Holy shit. Hero 10 black bones only weighs 54 grams. Wow. I don't know. Well, next week. So for those that don't know, the third week of every month, we usually do a members only stream. So if you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, we do like a just standalone stream. Usually it's stuff that I wouldn't do on my normal channel, or it's just a hangout stream. So it's not, you're not missing out any content that I consider my regular content, but it's just something that we do to hang out and just kind of support the, you know, reward for those that support the channel. Because I would not be able to do this without your continued support. But I think we'll try and get the quad working. We'll see if we can get that working. I'll play around with flight tests or whatever, the lift off, and see how that is. I am going to end the stream though soon, because I am hungry, and all I've had today was a sausage, egg, and hash brown wrap at like 10 a.m. and it wasn't a big one. Yeah, if you're on the join the community Discord, okay? Chat a bunch on there. If you have ideas for RC stuff, I might set up an RC channel on the Discord. If you have ideas, suggestions, remember I live in Canada, so don't be linking me stuff in the States that like I can't get up here or doesn't exist up here. We'll figure it out. No bamboo hotend, no, because I gotta clear off the desk. I can't work on it with all that stuff on it. I gotta make room. So yeah, I think we're gonna end the stream there. So I'll do my little spiel, and then we'll do the draw, and then I'll do the outro. So tomorrow, we'll getting back to the salad fork. We'll get wiring that up and hopefully start playing with the CAN bus. Tuesday will be the we'll return to the second build, the second cube build. Tomorrow's video and Sunday's video are also ERRF recap videos, and then either the Death Racer video, actually probably be the printed solid video because they sponsor me to go. So the printed solid video will be next week. I don't know if I'll save it for Saturday, because that seems to be the big day for big views for 3D printing stuff for some reason, or if I'll put it out during the week. But either way, I got 5 videos of content from ERRF, so that's good. So videos are back. I know I didn't do videos on the channel for a while, but videos are back. So yeah, so let's do the draw. So every stream, thanks to our pals at Polymaker, which I met Nicholas at ERRF. Nice guy, tall guy, very tall. But they got some Gucci filament, and if you win, you get a spool. Simple as that. Now, also, you can purchase a spool, because if you need more than one, well, let's be honest, you're not going to win multiple times. Only one win. But if you wish to purchase some Polymaker filament, and it's some good printer chow, link in the description, affiliate link, help support the channel, doesn't cost you anything extra. There we go. So that's everyone's name. I've closed the contest. There we go. Okie dokie. Okay. Okay. So, somebody give me a number between 5 and 10. Sanity disqualified. 5 and 10. 5 and 10. 5. I can do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and roll the dice. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, the computer algorithm knows. And if you win, you'll get an email from me after the stream ends. Fill out the form, get your filament. Simple as that. Merv, let me pull up your information here. And we only have one of Merv, so that's good. Copy my notepad so I can keep track of this. There we go. Congratulations, Merv. So you will get a Sparkle ABS when? they had some at ERRF. I guess they just have to make some and put it on their store. Also, Nicholas, don't call it Galaxy, call it something else. Everyone uses Galaxy for Sparkle. So congrats, Merv. So yeah, so that is it. I am absolutely starving. I gotta go to figure out food. I think I have leftover burgers. I'm doing a turkey tomorrow, so I don't want to cook anything big today. November, okay. So yeah, so we're gonna end it there. For those that donated to the stream, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do and create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. I want to give a shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away today. We give away a spool every stream, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel, ring the bell, and all that jazz so you don't miss out. Join the community Discord. Because I at you when we go live so you don't miss the stream, because every YouTube notifications suck. Plus also it's a fun little growing community, little behind the scenes stuff. If you're a member of the channel or a YouTube or Patreon supporter, also you get videos early when I do them. I post them in the super secret Only Benchies Yacht Club channel that only you guys have access to. That's super secret, so don't tell people. So yeah, I think we're gonna end it there. Yeah, I'll post a picture of this guy when he's done. You know, it's a Groot and you've seen it a million times, but I'll post a picture of that when it's done. And yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. So it's Friday night. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, enjoy your weekend. Cheers, bye. Yes, I'm still liking the Sovol. It seems very good for its price, but we need long-term testing before I can give a final opinion.